Strive for improvement. Time for the blueprint. Minds to elevate, thrive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose, industry is green. Only scratch the surface, know this call is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Plant Movement Podcast. I'm your host, Willie Rodriguez. Our guest today, his name is Peter. He's with Jungle SoFlo, and he is a landscape designer that has come here today to talk about what he does for landscape companies or landscapers that are just starting out, that want that beautiful design, but they can't do it, or they don't have the time. They don't know how to do it. Sometimes, guys, like we've talked about here on the podcast before, it's not about you, let's say, just you figuring it out. Sometimes it's finding someone that can get it done for you, that's a professional in the space that helps you guys elevate and lift off. So I'm super excited, super pumped to hear not just his story, but what he's doing, continuing to bring you guys people that are intertwined with the green industry that can bring you guys value. So guys, hold on tight. Peter, thank you for coming, my friend.
Thank you for having me. Happy
Yes,
to be
sir.
here.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, man. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Thank you for coming, man. We're in the studio today. Basically, what I want to get into is, one, how'd you even get into this industry? Because that's always a funny story.
Yeah.
And then from there, I want to get off and jump into the podcast. So
Got you.
talk to us, bro. What were you doing? And how'd you get into this industry?
So I was in school for hospitality management. I got my degree in that just because my parents wanted me to go to college, and I was like, okay, it was my way to getting into Florida. Okay. Was coming here for college.
You were from another state?
I'm from New York.
From New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been here like almost 9 years now.
Okay.
And I never thought I'd work with plants. I didn't really know what I'd be doing, but I think a breaking point for me was being in the botanical garden in Prospect Park in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And seeing plants in such a beautiful light, because in New York you don't really see them. Like everything's dead most of the year. And then I grew up on the beach in New York, like literally on the sand. So we didn't have a lawn, we didn't have a garden, we just had
random plants.
Nothing.
Yeah,
nothing. There was nothing. There was just beach.
Okay.
So that was weird. But anyway, I moved to Florida. And I got scouted to be a model, and then I ended up doing acting on Spanish TV, which was not planned at all. It just was. It's because I'm white and I speak Spanish, so that quickly I was getting.
How'd you learn how to speak Spanish?
So I failed Spanish in high school, and I was so mad. I had never failed a class, and I was so mad. Okay. So I studied it like crazy, and then I started a study abroad program in my high school, and I went to Spain. I was the only student who wanted to go. I went to Spain by myself, and I lived with a family, and then I came back and I moved to Miami pretty much right away.
That's a podcast in itself.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
So I guess I started learning at 14, and then by 18 I was pretty fluent.
And when did you go to Spain? How old were you?
18.
18.
It was my
Spain,
last year
guys.
of high school.
Imagine that you're 18, guys.
It was crazy.
And you're like, you know what? I really want to learn Spanish. And you fly out there and you live with a family.
Yeah, it was a crazy situation.
But that's awesome. You regret anything, or you're happy you did
Zero. That was the best experience of my life.
That's
that
awesome.
was insane.
So you recommend people to take a jump if they have an opportunity?
Oh my God. Jump, run. I cried when I came back. I cried at the airport coming back.
Yeah?
I'm not kidding.
You didn't want to go back?
With my host family and some friends that I made in my school, we literally cried. I applied to college there. I got accepted. My dad was like, what if you get hit by a bus? You can't go to Spain. It's too far. Yeah. So then all of a sudden, Miami didn't seem so far anymore because he didn't want me leaving. So then I was able to come to Miami. And then I started working as an actor. And then my show ended. And I was like, what do I do now? So I was like, well, I have a degree. So I started working in hospitality, managing restaurants.
Okay.
I did a couple hotels, and then one day my dad just unexpectedly passed away.
Oh, wow, man. My condolences, dude. Wow.
Thanks, yeah. And I was I took 3 months where I could not do anything. And I quit my job that day. I was very close with my bosses. They were good friends. So I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't do anything. I have no idea. My life is just kind of upside down. Yeah. And I really loved plants. So before this, I would go and take my dad's credit card and buy a bunch of plants once a month when I was in college and kill everything. I'd buy 50 plants at a time at Walmart, let's say, and I'd take them home and kill everything because I had no idea what to do. Okay. So I was slowly learning what to do, and then I had to use my own money. So now I was let me actually learn how to keep them alive.
Let me water them.
So I was overwatering them was the issue. So I was like, let me stop watering them. Why do I have so many fungus gnats? No drainage holes. That was my issue. Okay. So then I learned pretty quickly how to take care of them. Just
This is all indoor.
This
Interior
is
foliage.
indoors and a little bit on a balcony that I had in
Okay.
Miami Beach.
Okay.
So I guess this was before ChatGPT. Now I use that a lot, but YouTube and I bought a bunch of books on it and every way I could possibly learn about plants, going to botanical gardens, speaking with experts, and I started getting really good. And I was like, damn, I'm really good at this. And I started helping friends with it. So anyway, by the time I quit my job, I already had some clients on the side. So for my brother's birthday, we went to Tulum, and he's an entrepreneur. All his friends are really successful entrepreneurs. So we all went to Tulum, and this was like 6 months before my dad passed. And everyone was like, okay, we'll not everyone, a few people were like, we'll be your first clients. We want to help you out when we get
That's
back to
awesome.
Miami. And I was like, me? You believe in me? Like, I couldn't believe it.
And where was your head at that time? You were wanting to get into design?
I wanted to get into plant design, and but I was managing. I was working like 5-6 days a week, really long hours. I had no time for anything. So anyway, we came back to Miami, and a couple of friends were like, "We're gonna help you out," and I charged them like nothing. I had no idea how to charge people, but I made nothing.
The opportunity
But the
was
opportunity
amazing
to work on. I did a beautiful restaurant in Weston. One Lebanese, best Lebanese food. And then I did my friend Ben's house, and I just like made it really beautiful. And then people started recommending, and then I was able to start running ads. And then I was like kind of managing both jobs. So then by the time my dad passed, I was like, I'm going all in. I made my LLC and I did everything legally and correctly, and that was it. I just ran a bunch of ads, and I've just had consistent flow, and it's been growing and growing. And then last year I was able to make like my 10K minimum per project, and now this year we're working on bigger jobs so far.
Wow. So there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
One, ChatGPT, you're using ChatGPT. That word is something that not everyone in this industry even knows what that is. So that's something that you're using to your advantage big time because you're a one-man show, right?
There's a few of us, but I mean, I work with someone, Veranda Plants and Gifts, full time. She orders all my plants for me, and then I hire a couple different companies to do the installation for me.
Okay. But I'm saying like for what you do when it comes to the design, it's just you.
Yeah.
So that helps big time, right? That's what ChatGPT is doing for you. It's
It
helping you
helps
big
me
time.
so much.
And even with watering the plants, it helped you. It taught you how to.
You can ask ChatGPT anything, and it will remember everything that you tell it if you tell it to. So I mean, it knows all about me and my business and what I do. And I'm working on this project, and it's X amount of feet. How much soil am I going to need for this? And I hate math. So instead of me sitting there doing all this math, I have it, and it writes out and explains everything, how to calculate how much soil to get and how far to put away the plants from each other and what plants could do well in what light and everything.
That's crazy.
So I can sit there and make the renderings and do a beautiful visual, and then ChatGPT can help me with the details, and then I kind of hire that work out to make it all happen.
That's incredible. Yeah, because you think about plant placement, you think about what needs to get shade, what needs to get
Super
water.
important.
So ChatGPT is helping you with all of that.
Yeah, I mean, now in South Florida, I pretty much know all the plants that I work with, but now that I'm getting a lot of inquiries to work in like other states
regions,
and other areas, I'm like, okay, this is really the time where I need to like hunker down and learn about other types of plants in different climates. Because I know, in South Florida, I know it pretty well now.
Oh, that's good. So you're using that for your leverage. Back in the day, I used to use Siri. That was my assistant.
Siri's too slow for me now. She's way too slow. She's useless.
Well, Siri changed their voice now. Now it's not even Siri. It's like Harry or something.
Harry? Oh,
It's someone else.
I
It's
had
a lady.
like
It's
a
not the
British
same
lady
voice.
for a while.
No, it's not the same voice.
Which voice you want.
Oh, you can choose. I guess. I did an update and Siri's answer me was like Brandon. What? Hey Brandon. So that was funny. So you're doing that, and then you're also so by running ads, you created an ad. You're running ads. You're running ads on what? Instagram or Facebook?
So I do it through facebook.business.com, but I really run them on Instagram.
On Instagram. So you're running leads on Instagram, and it's allowing you to get flow of clientele reaching out.
Yeah.
So then from there, now you are getting a client. They reach out to you, tell you, "Oh, I want to do this." Are you getting homeowners? Are you getting landscapers? Or who are you getting most?
Landscapers, not as much. I'm getting a lot of landscaping followers and people who I kind of talk to. I think that's probably how I saw you, just somewhere on Instagram. Homeowners mostly. I did a couple hotels last year. That was cool in South Beach. A couple restaurants, small businesses.
Who would you like to see a lot more of?
Yeah.
Ooh. I like the idea of the commercial space. I think that it's because there's usually bigger budgets, and I like a bigger budget because it's more fun.
There's more volume, but I wouldn't say a bigger budget.
Well, sometimes
a tighter budget.
It depends, I guess. Yeah, like there's some cool things that could be done, but then again, like I just met with a homeowner this week, and she's ready to drop 6 figures on her backyard because she wants it to look like a tropical paradise. And that's what we're doing. We're making it sick. So those kind of clients I like, because when people have small budgets, sometimes I'll help someone. Like, honestly, if there's like a little old lady or something and she doesn't have a big budget and she's really sweet, I'm like,
just give it to her.
Let me just make this place great for her.
Yeah.
But like to really do what I want to do and go all out and make it crazy and do something I'm super proud of, I need a bigger budget. Just do.
Yeah, no, when it comes to like landscapers, I see an amazing amount of opportunity there for you, because I see a lot of lack in what they could be doing.
Yes.
Right. And then also like opportunity for them to climb. Like you guys got to think about it. You're a landscaper. I did landscaping. The design for me was fun, but it was also nerve-wracking. Because there's so many options. You sit down, you have a cloud over your brain. You can't think right.
Coffee.
Yeah, so it's like, man, this is bad. I would love to just pay somebody, have something amazing, done, and be able to climb. Not every landscaper is set out to do a full service of even designing. There's guys that they would love to just plant plants and get out of there. There's all things. I had a company of hedges. All I did was plant hedges.
It's easy.
I didn't want to plant nothing else. Just give me a line and I'll put hedges there for you. Grab a niche. So I see a lot of opportunity for you guys listening. There are landscapers that have trouble. You know what we're talking about. To be able to position yourself to reach a different type of clientele, because that's where you end up going.
Yeah.
And so you also connect the dots when it comes to people reaching out and having landscapers that to be able to go do an install. So you're kind of like a middleman in that in that sense as well, connecting the dots. How does that happen? So you get the phone call from the homeowner and you reach out to a landscaper in that area?
So there's a couple landscapers I work with here in Miami. One of them is like really inexpensive and the other one is very expensive. So I give the clients the option. I'm like, if you want the inexpensive one, it might not be perfect. Like, I'm going to be on top of them, but they're not going to know as much what they're doing. The expensive people, they're going to get it done quick. They're going to be super precise and it's going to be great. But it's like 10 times the price. Oh, wow. Like maybe more. It's crazy.
It sounds like you need someone in the middle.
Yeah. Someone in the middle would be nice.
Guys, someone in the middle. Hit them up in the DMs.
So basically, like you're not paying out of pocket for the design if you're a landscaper or a plant shop owner too. I really want to work more with plant shops. I think that it's really simple. You're basically like an affiliate. You have all these clients coming and they want design and you don't know what you're doing. So I give you my design price and you just upcharge it and sell it to your client. Like to me, it's so easy. I don't know. I was doing this when I went on a trip to Hawaii last year. I was working with local landscaper, making them a design because I was on a trip and I had time. Like,
that's cool.
I just don't understand why more people aren't. I don't know. I think people are afraid to hire out. And they're like, well, this is my business. I could do everything myself. And I'm like, I hire out for everything. Like, I know what I'm good at. And what I'm good at is not planting stuff. It's like the physical act of it. I'm good at having beautiful designs in my head that I can put out on the screen. Yeah, have someone else do it.
I see a lot of different things there. But like also like you guys, when it comes to design, you'll end up getting your own swing of things that all your designs kind of like, they have a statement piece that is your design and people will start to get to know that. And you guys as landscapers, imagine you had 2 or 3 designers that did different type of things, depending on the tier that you're at. And now you can have a portfolio of designers with all different types of things.
What you said is so valuable. Like, you got to think about it. Like, it's like, know what you're good at and hire out the people that are
100%.
Otherwise you're in circles. It's going to come out crappy.
Why would you, if you're not strong in an area, why would you try to do that and waste time and everything else? It's the same thing like what services.
But a lot of business owners struggle with that idea.
But it's your life.
A lot of business owners think that they could do everything. A lot of them.
I just want to do what I love.
When I was growing,
well, I was there. I thought I could do it all.
I wasn't that business competent. I was like, I knew I was good at being creative, but the business aspect, I know I needed help with that. Yeah. So I mean,
that is something, guys, that as a testament of how limited a walking testimony is. I was very limited. Thought I was the guy that could do it all. And I was limiting myself so many ways that when I gave opportunity to other people to come in and really shine and create and just forget about it. The rocket ship. Yeah. The rocket ship to the moon. So if you guys are really like, man, how can I scale? Let people that God brings into your life show up for you, man. Hold them accountable. Give them an opportunity and let them try.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I didn't hire out, I wouldn't. When I first started, I was doing the installation myself. When I first started, I was making the design, digging the holes, coming out to Homestead, buying the plants, Now I have someone else digging the holes, someone else doing sprinklers, someone else ordering the plants, and I'm just doing the part that I love.
Yeah.
So
No, you got to be smart with it. You got to create opportunities for others too, and you got to give trust into people, give them the opportunity to shine.
Don't burn out, yeah.
Yeah, and like you have two landscapers, the cheap and the expensive. You get some guy in the middle, give a third option.
Yeah.
You know, you never know. So someone reaches out. What is the turnaround time most likely? Like if someone wanted something done. What when it comes to, let's say, turnaround, do you go physically to the job sites and you're part of it?
I'm trying to do less of it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes actually if it's someone that's far away and it's in slower season, because like the summer it's not as busy from November to Christmas. It's a little bit slower, of course. So if I have people reaching out somewhere else, I just make them a quick rendering and I'm like, here, just show this to your landscaper wherever you live and you can do this. Or for friends, like I'm constantly just doing stuff like that, but it's little stuff. I haven't done for pay a large design all virtual and never meeting the client in person. I would like to be able to get there. Lately I've been kind of pushing that with my clients. I'm kind of telling them like, oh, hey, we're virtual, just send me the pictures and the measurements. And I realize I'm losing a lot of clients because a lot of my clients are just really rich people. That's who I cater to, and they don't want to be bothered. Like they probably look at me like, oh, you're the gardener, you know, honestly.
Nah, I doubt it.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't, some people that I meet, it's crazy how they treat you.
That's ignorance on their side.
Yeah. And anyway, they don't want to be bothered by doing that. So I've lost a lot of potential clients in that sense, but I am trying to change my business. I feel like it's a new year and I want to be able to continue traveling. Last year I traveled so much, but every time I was traveling, it wasn't really working. So I want to be able to travel for longer periods of time now and be able to just do my designs. So I've had a few clients so far in the new year that I've told them that I'm only virtual and they've sent me pictures and measurements and I'm having fun with that.
Here's 4 ways that we can help you today. Number 1, the Plant Movement Podcast. Guys, we all have something inside of our soul that called us to do what we're doing today or to get into what we're going to do. Come over here and pour it out on the mics. Number 2, A's Ornamental Nursery, guys. You're having trouble locating product or you're really trying to level up in the space? Reach out, guys. We would love to talk to you. Number 3, if you need your product shipped throughout the state of Florida, guys, Plant Logistics is here. The drivers at Plant Logistics, guys, are professionals. They know how to handle your plants with care and get them there on time. Number 4, if you're looking to really level up and grow a better product, you already know, guys, thenurserygrowers.com. Check them out, guys. Without further ado, let's jump back into the podcast. That's cool. What I get from that, guys, is, we limit ourselves so much, thinking that something has to be done a specific way. And here is a guy sitting right here, pouring into the mic, telling us that he had a passion and love for plants, killed a bunch of plants with his dad's credit card money. And then he had opportunity to go to Spain. He did it. He came back with the plants, started doing this. You got a name, went on Instagram, Facebook.com business, whatever it was, and started blasting this stuff and people calling him. And he's creating what he wants, his life. He doesn't want to be hands down there all day dealing with no, he doesn't. No, listen, man, I'll do the design for it to be beautiful. Call me if you need me. And I feel like that right there is very strong, and it's how it needs to be. You create your life, you create your opportunities, and if you lose some customers, you learn what you did, you adjust, and
every no is closer to the next yes,
and it's figure it out. And I see you this year or next year traveling exactly how you want to, and you could do that. You're gonna have to go through the fire for a little while. You're in it now. But you could definitely get to the point where you have consistency and flow.
Yeah.
It's all about, reaching a bigger audience, which is exactly what we're doing here today.
Exactly.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So do you have a style that you would call your type of designs?
So I think it's really in the name, like jungle. Okay. I like to do clean, neater jungles. I think a lot of people just put any plant and they're kind of ugly. I know a lot of people use native plants. I should probably use more, but I don't. I use some. But
it's your style. It's what you like.
I like tropical. I like big leaves. I've been getting into color and adding flowers lately. I always thought flowers were for old ladies. And then the past 2 years, I really started doing more flowers. And then my mom bought a house down here and I just filled it with flowers. And it looks like, my mom's super feminine. She loves pink. So, I just got her a ton of pink flowers, and she's like the Barbie Dreamland.
That's
like, she's
cool.
super happy with that. And I'm like, damn, I should be doing more of this. Like, you feel so good when you're there. Like, there's just so much brightness and color, and it attracts all these little animals. So I think that's cool. But I like to use things like variegated plants, alocasias, a lot of big alocasias, orchids. Love mounting orchids on trees, different types of smaller alocasias.
Layers. You like the layers?
Layers, the monsteras, the leopard's ears, the philodendrons. I almost never do grass.
Okay.
Like, if I don't have to do grass, I'm not doing grass. I'm going to do whatever I can to just bring to make it feel like a jungle.
Alive.
Like tall, medium, short, and then even shorter.
Yeah.
I want it to feel super, super lush. I love lipstick palms. I love the color that they bring. I know they're pretty expensive, so it's hard. They're a hard sell sometimes. You just need the right client. But a lipstick palms, I mean, that's just like, it's gorgeous. You go to Colombia or you go to Hawaii, they are everywhere, all over the place. It's like a normal plant. In the airports, they're everywhere. And then you come here and you only see them. I mean, at least for me, where I live, I only see them outside of like the mansions in Miami Beach where I am. Like, I only outside of these really expensive places. I'm like, why doesn't everyone just incorporate a couple of them? Just
well, you know, just spend $1,500 on a plant, guys. It's not a big deal.
But it sounds like a lot of your designs are based on your travels.
Yes. Oh yeah. Costa Rica was a big eye opener for
Inspiration.
me years ago. I'm Greek, so I love Greece. I love the bougainvillea there. It's what first inspired me years ago.
Yeah, I think the white with the bougainvillea.
I think that's insane. I mean, that look, I tried to make my outside of my apartment look like that, my balcony, because I live on the ocean. So the ocean's right there, and then I have like white furniture and white walls, and then like dramatic bougainvillea, and it looks so good. And everyone's like, it looks like Greece. I'm like, yeah, you can get that Balinese, Greek feeling, whatever you want. You can just, in a tropical place like this, anything's possible.
See, that's what I love about designers, man, is their mind goes all over. And I love that. You're very creative, and it's not just plants what you're doing, it's also incorporating that it looks and flows with the furniture, with the color, with the balcony, with the rail, with, you know, everything that's...
Experience.
Yeah, everything, the experience.
You're making an experience. I mean, every single time someone comes to my balcony, they're like, whoa. Like, and it's a small space, but they're just like, wow, I've been transported. And like, if you could do that on the balcony, imagine if you use a little creativity, what you could do with a tropical backyard. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, and a lot of new construction and a lot of things that are happening here in Miami too are smaller spaces. So you get a lot of the turf, and then they'll do a design in the back or something. So it's easier to be able to do it. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
That $10,000 budget is right around there where you're at. So for the $10,000 that you're talking about, that you want to make that your new pinnacle.
Well, so that was last year, but
That was last year's goal.
Then, well, once I made it,
how did that happen? Tell me how that happened, because
So-
that's something else that people deal with.
I got really. Oh, actually, okay. My parents' friend came to visit Florida from New Jersey, and he owns a landscaping company. He's very successful.
In Jersey.
So yeah, in Jersey. So I asked him. I was like, "Can you give me some advice?" This poor guy's on vacation, like drinking, doesn't want to hear. And
That's what you think. That's what you think. But if someone like that will pour into someone like you, it doesn't matter what time it is.
He was very kind, and he gave me a lot of insight. And he's like, one day you're going to have a 10K minimum, then you're going to have a 20K, then you're going to have 30K, and then you're going to have 6 figures.
You see?
And I was like, me? Like, really? And then I just got so many requests last year, and I realized, like, I'm hiring people, you know, basically on commission to work for me because I don't have anyone working full time on a salary. These small jobs just weren't really worth it. It's like, it's the same amount of work for like a $30,000 job as it is for like a $5,000 job, in the fact that you have to coordinate everything. It's one big ass delivery truck coming versus one small delivery truck, and you know, it's a little more work, but you're already setting up all the appointments and everything. You might as well make more money, and then everyone around me is happy. Everyone around me is doing better because it's all small businesses being supported. So I made a 10K minimum, and then I started getting a lot of jobs in like the 30s, and then it went up to like 40s to 50s to 60, and now we're hitting the 6-figure mark. Okay. So
so what you're talking about is entire jobs.
Entire
start to
jobs.
finish.
Yeah, start to finish. So yeah, that's where we're at now. I mean, it's just been going up, which is good. But obviously, you know, we have some lulls and we have small months, and a lot of people ask for smaller jobs, and I've just been like, oh no, sorry, we can't provide that, but X, Y, and Z is a good person to do it. Okay. So I'll just kind of say other people that I see on Instagram that look good, or that I've spoken with before that I know they have quality work. But yeah, I'm just really trying to focus on the bigger jobs so I can get more creative, because there's only so much you could do with a small budget.
Oh, but it's cool that you actually you set that boundary, that goal, and you said that this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do. And look what happened. From you respecting yourself, which is a topic that we're talking about, that we've been talking about, respecting ourselves. Well, I've said it a million times in the last couple of days.
You have to. You have to. And we all have the tools to respect ourselves. You know, maybe in the past when we didn't have social media and the internet and like just getting on camera like this, like people didn't know what was out there and what's capable, but now there's just no excuses. Like there really are no excuses to just treat yourself better and live the life that you want to live. So
I love that, man. This guy's building, you know, his life, and that's what it should be, and that's what it needs to be. That's crazy. We ask everyone on the podcast, what do you see for the future of the green industry and the youth? You wanted to give us something about it because you're fresh in here, so you're gonna have a different perspective.
So I think that people are becoming more aware of plants and the benefits, and I think that especially since COVID, I mean, I got really into it during COVID, and I hate talking about COVID, so let's it's the last time I'm going to say that word. Yeah. But that era, I think, really taught people what greenery can do to your space, and like I always say, I want to add vibrance to your sanctuary. Because your home, your business, your place that you're going to be parked should feel like a sanctuary. There's no reason that it shouldn't. You know, whether you're in the north and you have a cold place, you get cold weather plants, hopefully ones that are green all year round, like evergreen, so it's always beautiful. Add some lights to that thing, and then inside you can get some cool tropical plants. But here in South Florida, you can make an oasis, and it doesn't have to be that expensive. Okay. So I think that the younger generation, I think it's hard for them to afford, just from the economy, these things, but they're seeing they can just get a few houseplants and make a big difference. I notice a lot of people are getting really into houseplants. So maybe not outside yet, because I mean, I'm only 27. A lot of my friends don't have houses yet, but for their apartments, people are getting a lot of greenery. And I think that's gonna kind of go out into the rest of the world. I notice a lot of buildings as well. They're doing, like when they build them, they're doing greenery on the outside. On the outside. Like that's really important. A lot of other countries do it. I don't know if have you been to Mexico City?
I haven't.
Everywhere in Mexico City is just
plants hanging.
Flooded. It's like every building is a waterfall of plants. It's like, what? Like, and people are just taking care of them. Like, it's the culture. So what I'm hoping is that our American culture will continue seeing the value and growing on that ideology that plants, which is the truth, that plants are important and they clean the air and they just calms you. I don't know. I'm surrounded by plants and I feel really calm. Put me around concrete and I'm just like, I have anxiety. So I think, and also just the act of taking care of them is so important. I mean, it really changes the space when you add plants. I mean, look at any before and after pictures of any space with plants. It's crazy. So I think that this generation is going to have a greener future for sure. And when I say greener, I don't know about the electric stuff, but I literally just mean green with plants.
No, we definitely saw a lot of market share and sales go to what that is, indoor plants, during this whole COVID boom. A lot of people jumped in the space and a lot of people have perfected it and a lot of people have created a lot of opportunities.
There's apps and stuff where you could see, you know, like my cousins in New York, I've never known them to have plants. All of a sudden they're all hitting me up because they have this plant app and their monstera looks sad and what can I do? I'm like, damn, these are millennials that really care about plants. It's really cool.
That's cool. We see it and we love it. What is your minimum for landscape design? Because you talked about $10,000 minimum is you getting a job and doing from A to Z. So if you guys are into something like that, you want somebody to take care of the whole job, he could do that for you. He's got the cheap guy or the expensive guy, but he's gonna find a guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Or
I need that guy.
Or if you're looking for landscape design and you want him to help you, you want to pick his brain and have pieces of Hawaii and everywhere, Costa Rica and everywhere. What does that cost? The lowest.
Just to add, starting. By the way, anyone who's good with hardscape too, I've been getting into that. So anybody who wants to work together for hardscape, that'd be great.
Awesome.
But so minimum. So I haven't posted this anywhere on social media yet, but I've been working on trying to make new minimums to be able to reach more people and not have to like break the bank for them. Okay. And I could make a quick, easy design for $500.
That's awesome.
So I'm thinking like,
guys,
before I post this, you guys are the first to hear this.
I want a design for $500.
I made an ad already. It hasn't gone anywhere yet. It's still in my folder. But basically, like for 50 square feet, like $500 of a layered, beautiful design, and then for 100 square feet, $1,000, etc.
Okay.
Obviously, for like a really big job, that would be way too expensive.
Yeah.
But for small areas where people really have no idea what they're doing, they have 50 feet and they just want to make it sick. And they're like, listen, I have like $2,000 to spend. I'm like, all right, $500 for the design, then get X, Y, and Z plants. And that design includes which plants to buy, and what sizes to get them and how far to put them away.
Because you know the specs.
Exactly. So if someone wants to do a DIY project and they just can't afford it, they know that, okay, for $2,000 instead of spending $10,000, I can do it myself.
Okay.
So I think that's a cool
I see a lot of opportunity for you, man. I see you grabbing opportunity from all different places, just because you could touch so many different avenues, and you don't have to really have one niche. You know, you can look what you're doing today, start to finish, or a piece, or the fact that somebody can get a basic, you know, not just, let's say, Trinette and Green Island ficus for someone's backyard. No, like,
it's crazy how much I see that.
I know I see it too, but I'm saying to instead of going so simple, you can stay on the simple train but blow it up, and it's still simple, but it's another level. And for $500 to make a connection, to have opportunities, to show up with a design, I see that as very, very cheap. I see it as a great value.
And you showcase all your designs and stuff on your website? Or
so I need to be posting more. It's a real problem. Like, I have like a few. I got a few.
ChatGPT.
I got a few professional videos made of work that I've done, and like those videos have just been doing well with like the ads, and they've been bringing more in. But I haven't taken enough pictures of my work or called the clients to go back like a year later and just take a quick video of what the space looks like. I have people sending me pictures like through their window, look how good it looks, but like I'm not physically going there taking like a high quality video. So I know that like some people, their idea is to just post, and it brings in people. And I know you do a lot of stories, and I should probably be doing stuff like that.
Well, we do whatever. We forgot about that.
But
we do what we do.
What you do
because
works.
Forget about the algorithm. We don't have time to keep up with it. You know how these guys change it every 5 days. So we know, hey, stories are important. You know, we have to do it. So the stories are there, and then the posts are whenever we can.
So I'm hurting myself by not doing that. Today I posted a story. I posted on my personal page actually, because I'm like, which is a problem. I should be posting it on my Jungle page.
Yeah. Delete your personal page.
But yeah, I made like these beautiful designs last night. I was just working. I was like, this looks so good. So I posted to my personal page like an idiot. I'm like, I'm not even thinking. I don't know. I
posted on your
everything on my Jungle page. I just want it to be so perfect. But I have dozens and dozens and dozens of jobs that I have never posted.
Okay,
it's okay to be like that. You know, it's okay to be like that.
Well, that's why everyone thinks that I'm.
It's okay to be like that. But
it's limiting. It's very limiting.
It is limited because the urgency is not there.
Yeah.
Right, and then you're in your head. Like Eddie told me, he'll tell me, yo, just post it. Don't even worry, just post it.
We can always delete it, man.
We can always delete it. We can always figure it out. And at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be perfect. What it needs to be is there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people buy anything that's perfect. I think people buy into the experience. People buy into you. People buy into saving time. People buy into other things. It's not so much, oh, look at that post. Look, it's not perfect. Well, that's
why I'm here. Yeah, you're posting all these stories. And I'm like, this guy looks like a great guy. He knows what he's talking about. He has this podcast. It's giving me free value. Like, for no reason, I'm just getting this value from this guy. And, like, that's why I told Eric on my team, where I was like, I want to work with this nursery. And that's why we've been buying from you. Yeah,
Love
like,
you,
I'm like, this guy seems like a great guy.
And not only that,
awesome.
You're doing things correctly, because if you think about it, your focus is not on social media, and that's what's powerful about you, because you're looking for the other ways to create the business opportunities, not just depending on an oversaturated market, which is Instagram.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, you could go ahead and post your videos whenever you can, but what you're doing right now is so important that people don't understand that they go ahead and just get that fulfillment of dopamine by thinking they posted something and they're going to get
that they did something useful. Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I have my ads running 24/7, which is like, if I posted and I didn't have my ads running, that would be a way to save money. But at this time, I have peace of mind that I don't have the stress to post. I'm like, oh, well, there's always something running. I'm constantly getting new followers.
And that's how it should be.
And use your posts as your portfolio. You just got to show people.
Exactly, yeah. But I do need to post more. It's the truth. Like, I have no excuse.
Yeah, like when like for me, when I go on someone's page and listen to you guys that are listening, I go on someone's page, they haven't posted for 4 months. I don't, I can't recommend that person. There's a lot of different things that become negative there because there shows inconsistency. And if there's inconsistency in one area, people think that there's inconsistency in other areas too. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so important to stay
from time to time. Throw something there from time to time so you
consistent.
I mean, I'll post like stories sometimes, but I'm not. I used to be on camera so much, and I decided once I start my business, I'm never on camera anymore. And then I started doing some TikToks, and I was like, wow, I'm getting business from TikTok. I made like 3 TikToks, and I got some business from it, like decent sized jobs.
Mm-hmm. People want to see your face too. Now, you don't have to be like that, but it works.
I know. I always think like if I want to sell the business one day, I don't want it to be based around me. So that's why. That's a big reason why I told myself at the beginning not to. But I do notice that it helps. So the other day I sat there and I took a bunch of videos. I have all this the equipment to take it, which I barely know how to use. And I sat there trying to
You don't need, guys. All you need is a phone.
It was my phone and all the lighting and everything. And microphones that I don't know how to use. Mm-hmm. I sat there 2 hours on Google trying to figure it out, ChatGPT. And finally I hooked up the microphone. And then something died, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this again tomorrow. Then the microphone wouldn't hook up the next day, so I sat there and I made this video, and it came out to be 4 minutes long, explaining my new business strategy of doing the virtual and the cheaper ads, or the cheaper designs. Mm-hmm. And I never posted it. I have a picture that I can post of it that's really nice, but the actual video, I sent it to my brother. I was like, what do you think? He's like, 4 minutes. Everyone's attention span is 7 seconds. Be better, be better, be better. So I'm back to square one.
So what you can do with that is maybe grab highlight sentences from what you said to make it catchy, and you can put that in the front, and then people can listen to the 4 minutes.
So I need to have someone
because someone that wants to work with you, and you have them grabbed by what you're saying, they'll listen to the 4 minutes. I post up things in my stories that are 4 minutes.
I listen to your stories. Yeah, I'm the one that was, wow, information.
And it's hey, if you're really interested, you'll listen to the whole thing. And if not, cool. It doesn't matter. I'm there.
Yeah.
You're
there.
Exactly. Yeah. So and
I
that's
needed
it.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, man. No, there's a lot to learn. All this back and forth strategy stuff. It's something, we all have to go through experiences in life, or get fed up with things in life to realize, oh man, I'm doing this wrong, or I could have done it like this, and then from there you go and you learn from it and you grow from it. But consistency is super important. Urgency is super important. What you look like, or dude, I post sometimes my eyebrows up here, I'll have a booger in my nose, and you know what, it is what it is. What I said, bro, that's what needs to get heard, and it doesn't matter. It is what it is. If the guy doesn't call me because my eyebrow was up here, cool, man.
Plenty of other
people.
Go
somewhere else, man, where they have straight eyebrows. It is what it is. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're there. What matters is that you show up, because people want to work with people that show up every day.
Yeah.
And the big boys that show up every day, that are doing big things, the only way you get there is by showing up every day.
Exactly.
You got to be on that same energy length and wavelength and everything. So there's a lot to learn. Thank you for coming, man.
Thanks for having me.
And what matters is what you're doing, the relationships you're building. Bro.
The relationships are super strong.
That's before anything with all my clients. Before I'm talking about numbers and everything, I'm trying to get to know these people, because most people I work with are pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then you get recommended, and now you're in these circles of the 1% of Miami.
Exactly.
And you're the first person that comes to mind when they're thinking of plant design.
Yeah. No, it's fire, bro.
And that's what you need to keep doing. Bro.
And you need to know what all your clients do, because you never know where
I always ask.
You might be able to pinpoint them or help them or guide them, or you never know, man. There's a lot of opportunity. I see you as someone that will do what you want. You will travel the world, do designs, because you have not made an excuse today, really. Just a few. But for the most part, super strong, dude. And you're doing it by yourself. Guys, there's no excuses. He wasn't raised in the industry. He didn't grow up in Miami. He lives at the beach, for God's sakes. Come on, guys. He killed a bunch of plants, back in the day. There's no excuses at the end of the day. It's go, go, go. You have a vision. You have a dream. Go create it. Go make it. Go shake hands. Live life. Love life.
You have to love
Give
it.
back.
You have to honestly do what you love, though. I mean, I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. That's why, though. But
obsessed.
If anyone's
that's a beautiful
watching,
word.
though, trying to get better in the plant industry, but they don't like plants, then I don't know, do something else.
No.
But you have
There's
to
so
just
many
love
different
it.
niches.
It's exciting. I get so excited when I have a new design to make. I'm like, yes, oh my God. I just sit there. Last night I was working in my room. I didn't realize all the lights were off because the sun went down. And I was sitting in the darkness on my computer for 2 hours going, and eventually I looked up. I was like, oh shit, what time is it? I've just been making these designs
and guys,
candy shop.
if you're listening and you're like, man, I'm not 100% convinced yet. He's obsessed. Okay? And when you find somebody that's obsessed, that's who you want to work with. Because that's when the fire really shows up.
Yeah.
For real. Woo. Peter,
Awesome.
man, God bless you, man. Thank you for coming.
Me.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you got nothing but tremendous value. You already know if you need a landscape designer. You already know who to reach out. No excuses, guys. Level up. And let's go, guys. It's 2025. The train's going by. Are you going to jump on? Let's go. God bless. Be safe. Bye.
Time for the blueprint. Minds to elevate, thrive, and demonstrate, planting a movement. Sow the seeds, educate the flourish, building up the team. Our network with purpose, industry is green. Only scratch the surface, know this call is deep. Nobody gon' outwork us. Yeah, we chasing greatness, trying to give the code. Moving up with patience, foundation stone. Doing what it takes, we're here to break the mold. This for anyone who wanna level up. Let's grow.